Hey, welcome back in. It's Shaped by Kate. Today's yoga flow is going to continue our leg and arm strengthener, this time adding a bit more to it. So just to get started in our warm-up, we're of course going to start in some cat-cows. Really warm up the shoulders and the spine. Good. And since this is our second part of this yoga practice, there will be less cueing. But if you do have any questions, go ahead and just let me know in the comments. Good. Find neutral tabletop. Let's do that wrist opener. Turn the fingertips towards the knees. Rock forward and back. Flip the other direction, round the spine, and then switch sides. Beautiful. Find downward facing dog. Good. Find your floating puppy pose. So lift the heels, bend the knees, and open up the chest towards the earth. So you can kind of lift that tailbone, lift the crown of the head. Good. Then ripple your spine down and ripple into your plank pose. Good. Lower to the earth. Uncurl the toes. Come into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat. Prep your stance. Step or hop, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, mountain pose or upward salute, whichever one tends to feel more natural when you roll up to mountain pose. Widen out your stance. Let's find yogi, squat, or malasana. If you don't need those elbows to support, bring Namaste thumbs to your forehead. Lift your hips. Step into your downward facing dog. And then let's find that floating puppy pose again. So if you felt like your stance was too narrow, you can sort of scoot the feet back. Lift the heels. Bend the knees generously. Press your chest through your shoulders. Good, then exhale, round the spine, ripple your spine forward. You should ripple so far forward that you can skip chaturanga and come into your upward facing dog. Beautiful. Stay in your back bend, curl the toes under, bend the knees, and press back into that floating puppy pose. Good, repeat. Beautiful. Hop or step, half lift. Roll out the wrist if you need. Exhale to fold. Inhale to mountain pose. Heel toe the feet out, find malasana. Taking a break from our wrist, we're going to shift into our boat pose. So find tabletop or shift your hips back and bring your stance to your boat pose. Good. Plant your hands in the imaginary earth. Point your toes. Find that flat back inhale. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck your knees into your chest. Push out all your air. Inhale, flat back, come into boat pose. Plant the hands. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, round the spine. Pull the shoulders apart like you're in your cat pose. Good. Come back to boat one more time. Exhale out, round the spine. Good. Come into boat. Let's do our yogi rocks to our squat pose. So use your hands as support and use your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. If you kind of say no way to that, remember, just go as far as you're able and then come up into a chair pose to standing. Beautiful. Good. Continuing our flow, we're going to add on to it. So let's find our Malasana pose. This time, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands, lift the hips, step into down dog. Good. At any point, you can come to your knees. We're going to inhale, lift the hips. And we're going to find a chaturanga here. So I almost want you to think of your nose sweeping down and up. So bend the elbows, find your chaturanga arms. Sweep your nose forward, use momentum to lift into upward facing dog. Okay, then you can set your knees down if that was a lot for maybe your wrist. Come back to down dog. Good, we'll come back there. Lift the right leg. Open up the hips. Exhale, sweep that right leg, find your lizard pose. Keep your back knee lifted, lean against your right knee. We're going to sweep that arm underneath our right leg, and we're kind of going to come into a T position or airplane arms. So left hand's going to sweep to the side and lift. Then you're going to open your chest, maybe lift that right hand off the earth. If that feels like too much weight, remember your modification, set the back knee down. Good. Strong legs. And unwind. Set your knee on the earth. Heel toe that foot to the left. Set your shin bone down. Slide your left leg back. Find pigeon pose. Active pigeon. Hug the legs together. If you don't need your hands for support, bring them to heart center. Good. Exhale to hinge forward so you find space to pick up the back knee. Slide or reach that leg back, three-legged dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the heels. Let's find that down dog to upward facing dog flow. Bend the elbows. Sweep that nose down and up. Find upward facing dog. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. Open up the hip. Exhale, bring it to the left side of your mat. Find your lizard. Stay lifted. If you need to shorten your stance, though, shorten your stance. Lean to the left. Connect your left shoulder to your left knee. Slide the left fingertips under so you come into that T position. Reach your right arm to the sky. Find your airplane arms with your lizard. Always have the option to drop your knee down. Or just keep that hand grounded. Breathe here. Steady breath. Beautiful. Plant your hands down. Bring that left hand to the left edge of your mat as you heel toe that front foot over to the right. Set your back knee on the earth. Find your pigeon pose. Hug the legs together. Find your stable stance. Maybe this side is your more dominant side, so you can bring one or two hands to heart center. Good. Lift the hips, pick up the knee, and then sweep that leg into three-legged dog. Set it down, downward facing dog. One more time, let's lift the heels, lift the hips, bring the weight to your hands, Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Maybe take a half or full step forward. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Hop to your malasana. Good. Roll out the wrist. Beautiful. Then our final pose is going to be that crow pose. So from your malasana, go ahead and lift the hips, turn the toes in, but still keep that wide stance. And if you're way here at the top, come to the middle of your mat. Good. Sort of rest or hug those triceps, the back of your arms on top of your knees. Find your crow pose stance. So remember, if you're tired from your wrist, you can just stay here. Or shift to your inversion. Lift the hips. Set the palms down. Lift the heels. Lift the shoulder blades. Pull them away from your spine. Look forward. Concentrate on holding the crow form, right? Take time if you need to practice floating the feet. This is more than just a strength pose. It's playing around with balance. Breathe, steady breath. Even if you're not lifting the toes, I want you to hold this pose. So that can be done with really flat feet. Remember your modifications. See if you can dip that head even further towards the top of your mat. Lift the hips, lift the heels. Good, and release. Go ahead and sit the hips down. Shake out the wrist. Good. Lots of shoulder and leg work. Let's rest in our happy baby pose. Come onto your backs. Since we did do a lot with our wrist and our palms, let's just find that modified happy baby. Hug the forearms into the shins. Shins hug back. Rock side to side. Find stillness. Set the soles of the feet onto the earth. Open up the palms to the sky. Heel toe the soles of the feet together. Let's find supine butterfly. Inhale deep through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Inhale in again. And exhale out the mouth. This time when you inhale through the nose, bring the knees together. Lengthen the legs. Let the toes feel heavy. Exhale out the mouth. Last time together, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. I leave you here in Shavasana. Beautiful. Bring awareness back to your mat. Take a few rounds of breath here, leading yourself to a seated position. Once you come into that seated pose, bring hands to heart center. Take this moment to reflect over your practice. So I made it a little extra hard just so that you can come back to it to find those more advanced poses. But just think back to the beginning of the month. And think about how far you've come to make it to this point in your yoga practice. Good. With that reflection in mind, go ahead and take your bow forward as respect to your yoga. Namaste.